Hello, everybody, and welcome to I-55. Dom Santina up here in the booth with Zach Kruger once again for another round of the Lucas Smith Chrysler Center Pro Late Model Series here with the Dirt Slingers Racing League and Dirt Racing Network. We are in the middle of a practice session, waiting for a few more guys to jump on in here before we get going with our activities tonight. So I want to welcome Zach in here first. Zach, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing pretty well. Excited for the action tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be another exciting one here. So far, I think we're looking at roughly around 13, might hopefully get closer to that 20 mark before things are all said and done. So while we wait for these guys to make their way into their cars and get in here, we're going to send it down trackside for our pre-race ceremony. And when we come back, we will have hopefully our first heat race of the night on the racetrack for you.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, welcome back to the Dirt Racing Network. Dom Santino, Zach Kruger up here in the booth tonight at I-55. I topped the press box. Looks like we're still waiting for maybe one more car to get a qualifying run in here. We have 12 on the board right now. Jacob Field sits atop the charts, followed by Dalton Butcher, Justin Sick, Garrett Boyd, and Peter Breeze round out your top five. We'll get those to scroll across the screen here for you in a second.
Top 5 looking pretty strong. The top only 5 that are in the 11.9s. Everybody else above that 11 mark, with Shane Yates, last week's winner, the 12.008. But you got to focus on that number 007 car, the man who has just dominated this season up until last week, Jacob Fields, unfortunately. Fields no-showed, so not going to be able to see him. Got some cars going onto the track. Shane Yates is around, Mason Leon and Larry Moody. Think we can get them up on the screen?
Yep, they're coming up right now. I'm going to follow Shane Yates around here. See what he can put down for a couple lap average. See if he can go up quicker in the charts. Looks like maybe Mason Leon might be thinking about coming on the track as well.
Yep, that 86 car was out there just for a little bit. Shane Yates still out there. He's posting lap times that are just a little bit under the 12 in the 12.2 range. So Shane really pushing that car. His fastest currently was his first time out of 12.008 for the 11 car. Like I said, last week's winner out here, and Jacob Fields had unfortunately no show. I think he was busy with another event, so that actually really hurt him. Colby Cooper now is your championship leader. At least these are just the points that we have. So not 100% sure if they are final or not, but right now Colby Cooper sits up top of the board with a 694 points, and Jacob Fields in second with 644 points. And then you look down, and third place Larry Moody with 586 points. So about a 60-point gap between Moody and Fields for that second and third place spot. So it is not as competitive up at the front, I think, as you could say it is. It's really been a Colby Cooper, Jacob Fields kind of show. And of course, last week with Shane Yates kind of putting himself and getting his first win, that promoted him just a little bit. So you can see what that does. As I think the practice session is going to be winding down soon, just a few minutes left. Shane Yates right now the only car out on the track, if I'm not mistaken. He's ripping some laps in that 11 car, just trying to see what he can get done. As was last time, it's all 12.2s right now. He went in for the pits just a little bit, was tweaking his setup and trying to see maybe what he can get. He goes a little bit iffy through turns 1 and 2. That's going to throw this lap off, and coming and winding down for him. That was a 13.09 or 13.905. Sorry, my mistake, and puts him down a bit. Practice about to wind up here. One of the Colbys getting yelled at for a bit. Oh, Shane Yates is getting yelled at now by Roger. Apparently the track was closed, so that's not good, but checkered flag flies here on practice. We're going to be going to qualifying here in just a short second.
See how this goes. Looks like we'll have 13 cars here in total tonight, which means most likely 2 heat races. No need for a consolation race, and we'll go straight to the feature after that. So 3 races on tap for you here tonight at I-55. Got a couple cars making their way out for Group 1 qualifying. Looks like Dalton Butcher, Larry Moody, going to be a couple of them to make the call. Garrett Boyd going to make his way onto the racetrack as well. Justin Sick, Peter Breeze, Jacob Fields, and Roger Wagner all going to be in this Group 1. We'll focus on the 007 car here and see what he can put down for his first few opening laps.
Remember, it is a 3-lap average for your time. So Fields right now at 12.0 12:015 is going to be his first time. Second time by 12:054, and very reminiscent of the Indy 500s type qualifying. They get 3 laps to put down their best average time. I know we were doing that in a league that I run in, as Fields going to go over the line. Quick time for Jacob Fields, a 12:076 right now for Fields. Dalton Butcher goes second with a 12:164, and is quickly put down by a few other people. Justin Slick up to second now, a 12:159. A few other cars out on the track. Miles Jensen goes 5th fastest, a 12:317. Colby Cooper right now is coming through turns 3 and 4. I expect him to be somewhat fast. Cooper over the line, gonna go 5th quickest, a 12:183 for Cooper. Last car to try and get at time is gonna be Colby Collins, and Collins has not touched track. Oh, go ahead.
How about that? Shane Yates to number 2 on the board. So car that's dominated most of the season, Jacob Fields up top. Last week's winner, Shane Yates, slots himself into second. Could be interesting here.
Definitely, because you got to expect them to kind of be somewhat fast in the heat races and see what they can get done. And you never know what might happen if these two get to go neck and neck. Of course, Shane kind of, if I'm not mistaken, last week was Shane's first time out as well. So Shane's going to be looking to really challenge that Jacob Fields machine. It's definitely going to be interesting to see if Shane does do as much as he's thinking. His practice qualifying, or winding down now. About 20 seconds left, so that's not going to be enough for Colby Collins to get on track and get times down. So Colby, okay, I assume start at the back. Right now, your top time, the only time in the 12:0s is Jacob Fields, and it's Shane Yates at 118. Then Justin Slick at 12:159. As checkered flag flies, we're going to go into our first heat race of the night.
All right, let's set your lineup here for heat race number 1. We're going to get ready to grid out here on the track. Wait for them to figure it out. We'll throw your starting lineup up here. Starting on the pole position is going to be the BGI 86 car of Mason Leon. Starting second out of the Mid-South is going to be the 34 of Dalton Butcher. Row number 2, the Elite Performance Industries. 15 is going to be Justin Slick. To his outside is going to be the 7 out of Indiana, or 007 out of Indiana, Jacob Fields. Row number 3, starting in 5th, the Parabellum Esports 35 of Miles Jansen. To his outside, the 73 of Larry Moody. Starting 7th, rounding out the field from the 5 car will be Colby Collins.
Keep an eye on that 4th place car. Quick qualifier on the night. The 007 car of Jacob Fields. The 15 car to his outside, Justin Slick, as well. Going to do well. Looking just around. Mason Leon, another name. Your pole sitter looking to be good. It's definitely going to make for an interesting race, to say the very least, this heat race. About to get underway. It's going to be the 86 car of Leon bringing them to the green. Calamity strikes at the start of the heat. Green flag is out here for the Edmund Trophy Company. Heat race number 1. A good start for Leon. He's going to be able to pull away from the pack, and Dylan Butcher going to come under pressure here from the 007 car of Jacob Fields real quickly. Fields right to the back bumper of the 34 car, trying to see what he can get done through turns 1 and 2 right now. The first lap, Mason Leon going to lead it. Fields looking to the inside now, looking to make it 2 for 1. He is quick on there, not going to be able to get it done, and Mason Leon going to be able to pull right past him as well as Dalton Butcher. That 34 car on the top side looked pretty strong, but now Fields going to come right back at him, trying to take away that second place spot. Fields to the bottom, trying to see what he can get done. Can't exactly slide up in front of Dylan Butcher quite yet, not cleared. Oh, Leon into the wall. It's going to slow up Butcher. Butcher had to check down for him. Leon disappears for a few seconds here and there, and Fields going to look to capitalize. He moves down to the bottom. Jacob Fields looking for the lead at the end of lap 4 at turn 1.
Battle for the lead here. Fields going to dive down to the bottom in 3. Can he slide up in 4? Yes, he will. New race leader, Jacob Fields, takes control here halfway through heat race number 1. Mason Leon back to 2nd. Dalton Butcher in 3rd. And hanging just off the pack there, Larry Moody in 4th. Kind of a 4-car breakaway. Then there's a battle for 5th and 6th. Miles Jansen and Justin Sick battling it out here for a top 5 finish. Now all 7 cars going to make their way into the feature. This is solely just for seating purposes in your feature. But right now, Jacob Fields looking to lock up a front row position. As he started to check out on the rest of the field, he's put 7/10 of a second between him and Mason Leon with 2 laps left to go now for your race leader. As he runs that top line, maybe makes slight contact through 1, gets it cleaned up, and down the backstretch out of turn 4 this time. White flag will be in the air for your race leader, Jacob Fields.
Jacob has done a great job, took the lead at the end of lap 5 and able to make that move and get it done. Jacob Fields going to bring it over the line and be the Tim Sims heat race number 1 winner. Mason Leon, we're going to bring it home in 2nd with the rest of them filing out here. And I think we'll let Dom get those results up in just a short second.
Here they are. They'll pop up on your screen in just a second as they get ready to load in. As we talked about, Jacob Fields taking the heat race win there. Mason Leon coming home in 2nd. Dalton Butcher in 3rd. Larry Moody 4th. Miles Jansen in 5th. Justin Sick in 6th. And Colby Collins rounds out the field in 7th there. We'll show you heat race number 2 lineup while we're here as well. Dylan Hutchinson for Dylan Hutchinson Racing in the 28 will start on your pole. Starting in 2nd on the Plains region will be the 9 of Colby Cooper. Row 2 will be the Boyd Power Sports 21 of Garrett Boyd on the inside with the Rocket Racing Esports 11 of Shane Yates to his outside. Rounding out the final row here in Heat Race 2, the Team Outlaw Motorsports 74 of Peter Breeze will get the inside, and the Raw Power Motorsports 31, the SRL's own Roger Wagner will start on the outside in the 31 car.
Starting deep in this field. Shotgun on the field. Keep an eye on the 11 car, Shane Yates, your 4th place sitter, and your 2nd fastest qualifier on the night. Yates, last week's feature winner. If we have not said it enough, we are going to keep saying it. So that you remember. Dylan Hutchinson ready to bring them to the green of the Forest Weggy heat race number 2. Green flag is out here at I-55. A good start for the 95 car. He's going to be able to pull away real fast from the 9 car, Colby Cooper. But here comes Cooper on the top side. Wound up on the top side. Just doesn't look like he can do anything. Oh, hard impact for Shane Yates. We stay green. Shane Yates hard nosed into the wall, and that's going to put him out here, so that's going to make it even more difficult for Shane Yates. Peter Brees a little bit further back, looking to make a move for that 3rd place spot now, trying to take it away from Garrett Boyd. Boyd planted up on the top side. He's doing a good job at it. Right now, it is Dylan Hutchinson, your leader at the end of lap 3, and let's see what he can do moving on.
Having a firm grip on the race right now, Dylan Hutchinson by about maybe car and a half, 2 cars, as now Colby Cooper tries to draw in. Points leader looking for a heat race win here. Oh, Hutchinson into the wall. It's going to open the door. Here comes Cooper on the bottom. New race leader. Down the backstretch, Colby Cooper inherits the lead as we come 5 to go. Halfway here in heat race number 2. Hutchinson back 2nd. Garrett Boyd 3rd. Peter Breeze in 4th. Roger Wagner in 5th. And as Zach said, Shane Yates calling it a heat race. He'll transfer in, but he'll start at the back of the feature. We'll see what Colby Cooper can do now. We saw Jacob Fields pull away in heat race 1 by about 7/10 of a second after taking the lead right around this time in that last heat. Cooper has put it out to about 5/10 of a second right now with 3 to go, as there may be a battle now for 2nd between Dylan Hutchinson and Garrett Boyd coming to 2 to go. Boyd trying to steal that 2nd position away.
Dylan Hutchinson must have a hammer on his left rear, and as I say that, he's trying to take it down that wall. I think I've counted every lap in turns 1 and 2. He's been hitting that wall. And Garrett Boyd gonna throw a big slide jump, trying to get past Hutchinson. He's gonna get it done. White flag is out here in the heat. Hutchinson gonna throw a slider back on Boyd. Boyd gonna turn right back down under him. Say, see you later, alligator. Garrett Boyd into that second place spot. Hutchinson to the bottom, trying to see what he can get done. Kobe Cooper gonna get the heat win, and Garrett Boyd gonna get that second place spot away from Dylan Hutchinson.
Well, only 13 cars here in the first 2 heat races, but it definitely lived up to the hype here at I-55. Here's your results from heat race number 2. Kobe Cooper going to take the heat race win. We'll pull up the results here in a second. See if they'll pull up on the screen here. Overlay's wanting to work just a touch slow here tonight. So, you know what? Let's get back to them when we come back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have your results from heat race number 2 and your feature ready to go on the racetrack in just a minute. Welcome back to the Dirt Racing Network. Forgot about our pole dash that we have, and we are underway. We got to it just in time, got through our commercials just in time to see it underway, and Garrett Boyd is going to take the race lead here early on.
But it's going to get quickly taken away by Dylan Hutchinson. Hutchinson in that 95 car, your leader, the 21 car of Garrett Boyd, falls back into that second place spot, and we're going to be looking a little bit further down. Dylan Butcher fighting with Kobe Cooper. Cooper going to get past him, and Jacob Fields looking to make it 3 wide in turns 1 and 2. Cooper going to have to slide up, and that's going to allow Fields to turn right back down under him, and Jacob Fields making a move. Making a power move for your third place spot. He was even making a move for that second place spot off of Boyd. Boyd planted out of the back of the 95 car, Dylan Hutchinson, trying to see what he can get done. But I think he's going to have to go a little bit defensively from Jacob Fields. Ooh, Kobe Cooper, a little bit of contact there with Jacob Fields' rear end. They both keep it straight and narrow. Garrett Boyd slide job. He timed it perfectly. Dylan Hutchinson gets into the wall. 3 wide. Hutchinson's going to go thread the needle. Oh, that was close. Jacob Fields now going to make it 3 wide in the middle. This is some intense battling. Oh, Boyd going to go around. Fields going to get involved in it. The 34 car of Dalton Butcher going to get involved in it. We stay green. Dylan Hutchinson, your leader. Garrett Boyd parked on the bottom. Kobe Cooper having to check up. Cooper's going to slow down. I think they're all going to slow down. I don't know if this is going to be the checkered or the caution. We will see.
I believe that might have been the checkered, which might have been why Fields and Boyd were going so hard after the win right there, which means Dylan Hutchinson will take the pole here tonight for this one. So now that we got that out of the way, they will take a few minutes to work the track in a little bit more. So while we do that, we'll step aside one more time for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have your feature on the racetrack.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, welcome back to the Dirt Racing Network. It is feature time here tonight with this one. We are about ready to go here at I-55 for our feature. Remember, those front 3 rows are going to be rearranged on the pole dash results. But here, let's throw up your Heat 2 results here real quick just to show you how that one finished up like I promised. Colby Cooper, Garrett Boyd, Dylan Hutchinson, Peter Breeze, Roger Wagner, and Shane Yates rounds out Heat 2. Let's throw up your grid here for your feature here tonight as we get ready to go with this one. Starting on the front row, Jacob Field. Let's skip that. Let's go to row number 4. That's your find Larry Moody and Peter Breeze. Row 5 will be Miles Jansen and Roger Wagner. Row 6 will be Justin Sick and Shane Yates. And row 7 will be our lone car back there, Kobe Collins, going to draw short end of the stick, and he's going to qualify in 13th and round out the field here tonight. Once again, those front 3 rows comprised of Jacob Fields, Kobe Cooper, Garrett Boyd, Mason Leon, Dylan Hutchinson, and Dalton Butcher will be rearranged to the pole dash results, which looks like we might have already got there with Butcher and Cooper on the front row.
Correct. It is going to be Dylan Butcher and Colby Cooper on the front row. Second place looks to be Mason Leon and the 34 car of Dalton Butcher. And it's going to be Jacob Fields and Garrett Boyd as they make their way down the back straightaway. Field in the hands of the 95 car of Dylan Hutchinson and the 9 car of Colby Cooper. And here on I-55, we say let's go racing. Green flag is out here for the Lucas Smith Chrysler Center Pro Late Model Series. 50 laps the distance. And Hutchinson off to a good start, but here comes Cooper bopping on the bottom, trying to see what he can get done. Trying to take that lead. Hutchinson into the wall on the back straightaway, and that's going to put him down. Colby Cooper going to lead your first lap as Cooper clears him and takes that lead. Jacob Fields further back in, fighting for that 4th place spot. Colby Cooper's done a good job, and now we're looking at the 34 car potentially of Dalton Butcher. He looked to be trying to take some spots away from that 95 car of Dylan Hutchinson. Is Hutchinson going to move to the inside now of Cooper, but not having it quite yet? Here comes Jacob Fields fighting for that 3rd place spot. Give it to Jacob Fields. He clears him. Colby Cooper in that 9 car looking very strong already. Pretty dominant so far. 4 laps down already. And Colby Cooper, your leader of them all, but Jacob Fields right behind him in that 007 car, looking to see what he can get done. That 95 car just seems to be running just a little bit on a blocking line for that 007 car. And Hutchinson, though, going to come under pressure now from Jacob Fields. Jacob Fields goes to the top side. Momentum is key, and Jacob Fields has it. Move Jacob Fields in that 2nd place spot.
Jacob Fields trying to run down lost time, not only here in this race, but from last week as well. He knows he's got to go after Colby Cooper here, who has the race lead, and try to chip some points away in this championship hunt. And now it's a battle between your current points leader and a car that's been dominant all season long. Jacob Fields has reeled within a car of Colby Cooper. He's going to dive down to the bottom now. 1 lane off that bottom line. Look to the inside, almost got side by side there down the backstretch. Couldn't quite do it. Might be able to do it out of 4 this time. Still 3/4 to a full-length car lead there for Cooper at the line. 9 down, 41 to go. Fields has plenty of time. He's done the work. He's got through those front 5 cars, and now he is all over your race leaders. We got a great battle for the race lead here. A 5th of the way through this one. Fields making runs in the corners, diving down low, can't quite get there. Now he's going to try to go with the momentum. Follow Fields on the top side through 3 and 4. Chooses the middle line here through 1 and 2. Still quite can't get there. Might be able to get a tire inside there down the backstretch. It is mighty close here, but still, Fields not really being able to make up any time in this battle for the race lead. Colby Cooper doing a great job running that top line and making Fields really work for this race lead.
Exactly like you said, Jacob Fields making Colby Cooper work for it to keep that lead, and Colby Cooper making Jacob Fields work to try to get that lead. Fields a little bit better of a run here. That's going to put Colby Cooper down. Jacob Fields is your leader at the end of lap 14. That 007 car looked dominant on the bottom side. He was able to wind it up and run. What does Colby Cooper have to try and keep with the 007 car? Further, little further behind, Dylan Hutchinson going to come under pressure from the 21 car of Garrett Boyd. Shane Yates looking up into that 6th place spot from 12th on the grid. He's pretty much looking like the hard charger. But Garrett Boyd on that bottom side trying to do what Fields did and take that 3rd place spot on the bottom, but it just doesn't look like he has anything quite yet. In 4th place, Shane Yates behind, still looking for that 5th place spot. He's almost got it, as that's going to be the best battle we have going on track right now.
Good battle here for Shane as he's trying to charge through the field and get himself into contention for something here tonight. Going back to that 21 car, though, it looks like Garrett Boyd has definitely made some contact. That rear wing pretty dented up and beat up there on the back of that 21 car. But he's making it work here on the bottom right now. He's going to slide up. Couldn't quite clear. Now will clear Dalton Butcher. Put Garrett Boyd into the 3rd position, finding himself on the podium now. Now we'll see if the 21 car can run down what is almost a 3-second gap to Colby Cooper and try to challenge for this 2nd place position. We'll peek back at this battle for 5th and 6th. Shane Yates into the top 5 now as he has got around, Boyd made the pass on Hutchinson. Yates makes the pass on Butcher. And now we'll see if he can go after Hutchinson to try to get the 4th spot away. Well, Hutchinson does not want to let Garrett Boyd go so quickly. He's trying to hold on with everything he's got right now for that podium position. As we close in on the halfway point here, your race leader, Jacob Fields, is making his way through 3 and 4. He's going to start to encounter his first lap car of the night. I believe that's Kobe Collins. That'll be the first one up in the 15 machine. So in the next 2 to 3 laps, Fields going to have to start navigating lap traffic here.
Definitely, that's going to make it a little more difficult for Jacob Fields. He's not been the strongest guy in traffic so far this season, so it'll be interesting to see what can happen. Of course, he did use lap traffic a few times to his advantage, but we will see what happens as he makes it over the line for the halfway point. Cross flags out on the flag stand. Fields has done a good job with your lead. He's got the 15 car of Kobe Collins in front of him, and the Mason Leon and Peter Brees fighting each other in front of the 15 car. So I think that's going to make it difficult for Fields if he can get there. It's definitely going to make it a little bit interesting, him trying to force his way past them. Fields looking at the bottom car, looking at the bottom of the 15 car of Colby Collins. He's got that done. Puts a lap car in between himself and Colby Cooper. Cooper very strong, though, trying to catch back up to the 007 car. There's a battle in front of Fields right now going on between Brees and Leon. Mason Leon able to get the momentum, and he's going to run away from Brees. Another battle that is going to start brewing pretty soon. Shane Yates is slowly but surely closing in on Dylan Hutchinson, so keep an eye on that 11 car. But right now it is still Jacob Fields, your leader. Gets past the lap car of Peter Brees and now sets his sights on the lap car, the 86 car of Mason Leon. They just ticked off lap 30, and now they're just going to tick off lap 31. We have just under 20 laps to go. And right now, Jacob Fields, the most dominant car on the track. Fields trying to see what he can get done, trying to get en route to another victory for himself. I think that would give Fields number 5, if I am not mistaken. It would be number 5 for Jacob Fields, and it would most likely propel him to the championship lead. Kobe Cooper works his way past the 74 car of Peter Brees on that middle line. Mason Leon gets passed by the 007 car and goes a lap down. Right now, Jacob Fields has just looked dominant as he makes his way down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. 15 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, and something to watch here. We'll see what it comes in at this time. Waiting to see what Kobe Cooper's doing here. He gained a whole 0.2 of a second. Now this is 100% just trying to deal with lap traffic here as Fields has to kind of open the door for everyone coming through behind him, and Kobe Cooper is definitely benefiting from that. That time he only picked up 0.06 of a second. He's got quite a bit to go. He's got about a second left to try to close in, and I don't know if he can do it in 13 laps, but he is gaining ground on Fields. Fields has got around the 35 now of Miles Jansen, so he has a little bit of clean racetrack for a second or two, but he is losing some significant time here each lap to Colby Cooper. Like I said, I don't know if he's going to have time to get it done for Cooper and get there, and in fact, there you go. That's going to probably put the nail in the coffin right there. Fields got around Jansen. Jansen held up Cooper for just a second, and now Fields can kind of catch his breath here for a second while he goes after Dalton Butcher. And if he keeps losing a 1/100th of a second each lap, that's not going to be enough. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be close, though, because Butcher and then you have Larry Moody right there. There's some close cars grouped together, which might give Cooper an outside shot, but I just have to feel like Jacob Fields has the advantage right now as we come to 9 to go. Looking back at Garrett Boyd, who's holding down the 3rd position. He's still got a pretty comfortable lead over Dalton Hutchinson for 4th. As we are closing in here on heavy lap traffic, Boyd actually going to encounter his first lap car of Colby Collins, so he's going to start to navigate the lap traffic as well. And it's going to be interesting to see. Right now, Butcher is running in the 8th position. He's been lapped as now Cooper navigates around him. How high can Jacob Fields take this as he's going after Larry Moody right now, which is 7th in the standings? Could he possibly lap up into the top 5, which would be Shane Yates? Now, I don't see Shane Yates too far in front of Jacob Fields here. He's right down there in that blue and yellow car just exiting turn 2. So real possibility here for Jacob Fields to lap inside the top 5 tonight.
Indeed, Jacob Fields has just been on another level 5 laps to go here at I-55, the Lucas Smith Chrysler Center Pro Late Model Series, coming to a wrap here with round 6. And Jacob Fields has just been dominant all night, been running any line that he needs to in order to keep his lead strong. And that 15 car in 6th place, that is Justin Sick, and he's actually going to go to battle with Shane Yates here for a second as Yates actually goes to the inside now of the 95 car. This is going to be a battle to look at as Field starts to close in. A 3-car battle for the 4th place spot is going to make this a lot more interesting. They've got Fields has 2 laps to go, and he's trying to look up to lap up into them. That 15 car goes low, and Fields going to look to the top side, trying to see what he can get done. Jacob Fields to the line. White flag is out here at I-55. Jacob Fields has been a dominant car the entire night. He took the lead on lap 14, and he has not looked back. The drive for 5 is alive. Jacob Fields brings it home, the win, the feature tonight. The Lucas Smith Chrysler Center Pro Late Model winner tonight is the 007 car of Jacob Fields. Shane Yates still has a chance to get past Dylan Hutchinson for that 4th place spot. Not going to get it done. That was close at the line, though, for sure. Just a 10th separating those two, and Jacob Fields laps all the way up into the 6th place spot tonight.
Zach, I've only had maybe 2 or 3, but that one flag to flag, and from a broadcaster's perspective, that's the best thing that can happen. Not having any cautions makes it more fun to watch when you don't have to deal with going back and looking at accidents or anything, but that was fun throughout the night. There was quite a few good battles to watch there as well.
Agreed. Be the word, and I think we can start talking to our top 3. It's going to be Garrett Boyd first, and let them get set up and tell me when.
All right, Zach, if you want to pull him up, I think we're set.
Alright, we will pull him up and see what his thoughts were on his 3rd place finish on the night. Garrett Boyd, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
You made definitely a big impact, making some big runs from wherever you could to get that 3rd place spot. Tell me about that feature.
It's just kind of wait until you can get a run on somebody. Once it kind of gets locked down to that middle line, it's hard to get around people, and you kind of got to pick and choose when you're going to attack somebody.
When you saw the top 2 getting in the lap traffic and you weren't super far away from them, were you kind of hoping that something was to happen to them and they might slow down or maybe give you a chance at this win, or were you kind of content with 3rd place at that point?
Yeah, it would have been great to see what we actually had, and not be, 3 seconds back by the time I get to open air. So it would have been fun to get up there and race with Colby and Jacob, but it just kind of played out, flag to flag. It's hard to catch and make time.
Definitely. And bringing home a third place finish tonight, I'm sure you got a lot of people on that car that you want to give a shout out to.
To give a big shout out to 18 Electric, Grand Garage, the Parkinson Foundation of Oklahoma, and Field Point Energy Services.
Well, we will let you go and celebrate your third place finish. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was Garrett Boyd, your third place finisher on the night. We'll bring Kobe Cooper up. I think I'll take Kobe, and then you can have Jacob. Let Dom get to chat with him this week. So give me the word, and I will pull up Kobe.
All right, go ahead, Zach.
He did it tonight and brought it home in second place again. Kobe Cooper, you got a copy.
Loud and clear.
Thinking back to about 10 laps to go, you started to slowly but surely close on that 007 car. Were you kind of excited and really pushing that car to its limits at that point, really just trying to get back to Jacob, or was he just kind of in a different postcode tonight?
A little bit of both. I was banging the hell out of the chip, but that dude's fast, man. That's all you can say.
If you don't mind me asking, what do you think you need to maybe get back? Of course, right now you're the points leader up until this night, but I don't know how this is going to shake up the order. You and Jacob have been kind of the dominant cars. What has it taken so far this season that has really kept you in this fight for the championship?
Consistency, man. Just coming in, week out, just hoping for the top three, and hoping for a little bit of good luck. I'm going to have field slip up. Maybe miss another race or something for me to get a dub.
Definitely is going to be interesting to see you close down that gap if there does end up being one points are released. Who do you got on the car this week, of course, though, that you want to give a shout out to?
GB Designs, Grand Garage, Field Point Energy. Give a shout out to the sponsors who put this on. Lucas Smith, Chrysler Center, Weddy and Casey, DSRL, Red's Tavern, Tim Sims, and Dirt Track Racing Network.
Well, we appreciate it, and we will let you go and celebrate your second place finish tonight. Once again, congratulations.
Thanks, Zach.
That was Kobe Cooper. My mistake there. Accidentally moved myself. That was Kobe Cooper, your second place finisher on the night. And Dom, give me the word, and I will bring up Jacob and let you take it away.
Go ahead. All right, Jake, you got a copy? This is Dom up in the booth.
Yeah, Dom, I got you.
All right, man. It looked like you were running down, lost time there. I know I wasn't here last week, but Zach said you missed out last week as well. So got to make up some time here in the points. Car looked dominant. Were you pushing from early on knowing that Kobe was out front? You had to run him down for not only the race win tonight, but to get yourself back in the championship hunt?
Oh, for sure, man. Really consistent, and he's always running up front, so I knew I had to pull something off tonight.
It's got to be nice being the race leader, especially when it goes green to checkered like that. You got into some pretty heavy lap traffic. Was that a concern at all, trying to navigate your way through there with those guys charging from behind, or did you feel pretty calm and relaxed picking your way through?
I tried to kind of stay calm. These guys are pretty good, so they're really good. They hold their line very well, so pretty good racing.
It looked like maybe actually the hairiest moment that might have been was in the closing few laps there. You had a battle going on for what essentially was 4th, 5th, and 6th. Did you know at that point that your relative was pretty good, where you could just kind of let those guys do their thing and hold your high line there and not really have to push the issue to get around those guys to lock up the win tonight?
Yeah, I saw that I had a little bit of room, so I just kind of tried to chill out and let them do their thing. I didn't really want to get in the middle of all of that, that's for sure. They were racing pretty hard.
Well, you get back up on the top step of the box tonight, get yourself back in the winner's circle, and start chasing down that championship with still a few weeks to go here. Who do you have to thank on your car and your pits that helped you get it done tonight?
I got to thank the guys that do on our team, man. They've helped me out a ton. It's great being guys. Gotta thank Smith Chrysler, Wedge and Casey, Red's Tavern, Tim Sims, DSRL, of course, and of course you guys at Dirt Racing Network. It's always awesome to go back and watch, any kind of race you guys put on.
All right, well, we'll let you go here tonight. Congrats on your win, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, man.
There's your race winner, Jacob Fields. Picking up another one here tonight. We'll go through the results real quick from your feature here tonight. Throw those up on the screen. Obviously, your top three, Jacob Fields, Kobe Cooper, Garrett Boyd. Only one other car. Maybe I'm doing my math. Two. Graphics throwing me off. Two other cars to finish on the lead lap. Dylan Hutchinson, Shane Yates, your top five. Justin Sick, Larry Moody, Dalton Butcher, Miles Jansen, Peter Breeze give you through the 10th position. They all finish a lap down, along with Mason Leon, Kobe Collins, and Roger. Finishes 13th, even though he never really made it in. More focusing on the admin duties than racing here tonight. So that wraps up your 13-car feature here for round 6 of the Lucas Smith Chrysler Center Pro Late Model Series from I-55. Zach, any final thoughts before we leave?
Basically what's been the last few weeks, Jacob Field being dominant, and what will it take for Jacob to be dethroned? It's definitely going to make it interesting. We've only got rounds 7, 8, 9, and 10 left, so 4 rounds left, and this championship battle is not over quite yet. As much as Jacob has dominated, and this kind of shocked me last week looking at it, as much as Jacob has dominated, Colby Cooper has still finished high enough that he's able to be within reaching distance of Jacob, so it's definitely going to make it for an interesting feature or finale soon.
Absolutely. 4 weeks left to go here in the series. Going to be interesting to see what happens, as Zach was alluding to there. It's going to wrap it up here tonight, though. Quick one on the air for us tonight. We appreciate everybody that tuned in. Ricky Luke, Angie Teed, thanks for the messages in the chat. We appreciate you tuning in and letting us know that you are watching. Appreciate anyone else that might have tuned in, and thanks to all of our sponsors here for not only the Lucas Smith Chrysler Center Pro Late Model Series, but the Dirt Racing Network and the Dirt Slingers Racing League as well. We will be back again, of course, next week right here at 9:30 Eastern for this I-55 series, but also catch us on Sunday as well, as I think that's pretty much primarily our only other broadcasting night right now that we have going on. But other than that, stick tuned, stick close to the Dirt Racing Network Facebook page for any updates about series or events that might be going on. Until then, for Zach Kruger and Roger Wagner, I'm Dom Santino.